If you're a beekeeper in Ontario, you know all about managing risks, right? From a sudden frost to a varroa mite infestation. But what about the risks you can't see, like a lawsuit? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the OBA's liability insurance. It's a policy designed to give you that peace of mind so you can just focus on what you love, your bees.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why insurance is even a thing for beekeepers. Then we'll look at the OB solution. We'll dive deep into what's covered and, just as importantly, what's not. And we'll finish up with a super simple guide on how to get yourself covered. Let's jump in.
Okay, so first things first, why are we even talking about insurance? I mean, beekeeping is pretty peaceful, but it's also a trade. And, every trade has its risks.
Just think about it for a second. What if a neighbor has a really bad allergic reaction to a sting from one of your hives? Or what if your smoker accidentally starts a little grass fire that gets out of hand? Heck, even just selling your amazing honey at a local market could open you up to liability. These aren't just wild what-ifs, they are real-world worries that a good insurance policy is built to handle.
So now that we've kind of laid out the potential problems, let's talk about the solution. The Ontario Beekeepers Association has put together a specific safeguard, not some generic off-the-shelf policy, but something truly designed with us beekeepers in mind.
I really love this quote from Maureen Vandermarl in the OBA's overview. It just frames it perfectly. This isn't about another bill to pay, it's about putting up a guardrail, a way to protect your passion and your business from something totally unexpected.
So what is this policy exactly? Well, it's a group liability plan from the cooperators, but the most important word on this slide is unique. See, this isn't your standard business policy. Nope. It is tailor-made for the specific things we do and the risks we face as beekeepers. All right, this is the part you've probably been waiting for. What do you actually get? What does this policy cover? Let's break down all the juicy details.
The big headline number is this: $2 million. That's your general liability limit. And yeah, that is a very substantial amount of coverage. It's a really, really strong safety net. Now, what's really cool is how that $2 million figure gets applied. It's not just for one thing. You've got $2 million for bodily injury and property damage, $2 million for your products, like when you sell your honey, $2 million for personal injury, and it even includes $2 million for something called non-owned automobile liability. You might be looking at that last one and thinking, what on earth is that? Non-owned automobile liability. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's actually really simple. Picture this. A buddy is helping you move some hives in their truck. If they get into an accident and their insurance doesn't cover everything, this policy can step in to protect you from the legal fallout. It's a fantastic little piece of extra protection.
And it gets even better when you look closer. On top of the big numbers, you get up to $2,500 for medical payments if someone gets hurt. There's a low $500 deductible for property damage. And get this, because it's huge, it covers your legal defense costs, even if a lawsuit against you is completely bogus. Plus, it specifically covers your product sales and things like taking a demo hive to a school or a fair.
Okay, look, any smart beekeeper knows their limits, right? And a smart insurance policy has them too. So for real peace of mind, you've got to know not just what's covered, but also what isn't.
And this lays out those boundaries perfectly. Your beekeeping operations are covered, but something specialized like apitherapy, medical bee use, is not. Selling your honey is covered, but large-scale commercial manufacturing of candles or lip balms isn't. It also doesn't cover you if you're removing swarms as a paid service. Understanding where these lines are drawn is absolutely key.
So this brings us to a really important point. Please listen closely here. This OBA policy is for your beekeeping operations. It is absolutely not a replacement for your regular home or business premises insurance. So for example, if someone comes to your farm to buy honey and they slip and fall on your porch, that would be your premises insurance, not this policy. Okay, so you get the risks, you see the value, and you know the limits. So what's next? Let's walk through the simple steps to actually get this protection for yourself. The pricing is about as straightforward as it gets. If you're a small-scale beekeeper that's fewer than 50 colonies, the premium for the whole year is just $96. If you're a commercial operator with 50 or more colonies, it's $132 for the year. That's it.
Now here's a little pro tip to get the most bang for your buck. The policy runs on a calendar year, from January to December, and the price isn't prorated. That means if you sign up in, say, July, you still pay the full price. So getting yourself covered early in the year is for sure the smartest move.
And getting covered is a simple 4-step process. 1, you got to be a current OBA member in Ontario. 2, you'll need your official registration and beekeeper ID. 3, you have to list your hive locations exactly as they're registered. And 4, you just pay the premium. It really is that straightforward to get protected.
So let's just end with this thought. For less than what it costs to buy a single new hive, you can protect your entire operation for a whole year. It really puts the value of that safeguard into perspective, doesn't it? So the only question left is, what's your peace of mind worth? Thanks so much for tuning in.